The following is a presentation of Emory Uno Division 2. We approach the end of the song of the 2026 season here for Emory Uno Division 2, and the final verse of Jazz July is upon us. Only 3 matches remaining until the regular season wraps up and we begin the playoffs. And first up here is our first Final Four match of the final tournament. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Final Four of Jazz July. 4 competitors remain. We'll be determining who goes to the final performance here with our first matchup here. Determine one half of that final performance here, and it's going to be the story of two tales here. A top dog and an underdog here. Number 1 seed MarbleCyde from the double base region, taking the win there, taking on number 15 Ryder with a massive breakout run from him here. One of the lower seeds to make it into this round, and the first 15 seed to make the Final Four in at least Division 2 here. There's been some success in D1, but first time a 15 seed has made the Final Four in Division 2. Ryder looking to ride the momentum here, get the win here, move on to the final performance, and maybe even cause some more chaos in the playoff picture here. So let's get things rolling here with both these players. Let's take a look at both players' path to get here to begin. And we're going to start with MarbleCyde, the higher seed. Second tournament in a row, we have a 1 seed in the Final Four, and for Marble, last tournament ended in a bit of heartbreak, a 6-1 loss in the finale to Dino. Started off as a 1 seed here in the double base region, number 3 seed overall in the bracket, and was looking to try and make it back to the finale and get some redemption here, and he has done well so far on his journey to get there, but it was a close call to start things out here as Daniel Voiles, coming off his first win of the season, really gave Marble a tough time. That game went the full distance, went 7. Marble barely able to hang on there and make sure the run didn't end before it started. So Marble getting the win in the swing 64. From there, was kind of able to get his groove and get things moving. Got the win over Pi, the tree at 32. 4-2 win there, and then in the syncopated 16 and regional finals, MarbleCyde kind of dominated both those games, getting the win over John Weezer. Then the 1v2 regional final, Marble made sure to not make it feel it that way, and took down number 2 seed Cage 5-1 in a very dominating display. And then he goes into the Final Four here, and will face Ryder, who will take a look at his path here from the Drums region. And for Ryder, it was a little bit all over the place for him, as he actually had to start in the play-in, and his tournament also nearly ended before it started. Was down 3-1 to Gumma in the play-in, had to make a comeback to get it done, and was able to get the victory there. Ryder getting the win over Gumma to face Bree in the Swing 64, where another game that went the full distance, and Ryder able to get the victory over Bree, a big win over Bree to make it on further into the bracket. Took down Odd, who was one of those players who came in tournament 3 who was looking to be a contender. Ended the run for Odd there, and then in the syncopated 16, another big win for Ryder, taking down James 4-1. Definitely one of those guys who's in the playoff picture. A big win for Ryder, and kept on rolling with him as he took down Cap Gaming in a very thrilling full distance match in the regional finals. 5-4 win, was able to win off a fatal switch and get it done, and Ryder in his first career Final Four here, and going back to that bracket, we'll face MarbleCyde, and that will be coming to you up next. Other Final Four matchup between Sky and Nightwalker, having a few difficulties with that one. We will let you know when that match will happen. Trying to get something going with that one. We will let you know as soon as we can, but for now we got Marble and Ryder looking to go at it here for the first spot in the final performance here, so we will see who ends up getting it done, but let's go into the table here. Right now is got a few people here coming to watch this one. First Final Four of the Jazz July final tournament of the season, and Got a good co-commentator here in the booth with me to bring you the action on this one. Aiko VT joining me for this matchup. Aiko, welcome. I mean, what a tournament this has been for both players here. Marble, second straight Final Four. Ryder on a breakout run, one of the lower seeds in this bracket to make it this far. Just kind of your thoughts on the class for both these players, because I think both of them are kind of aiming for different things. Marble looking to have a huge run here and potentially find his way into a second straight finale. Meanwhile, Ryder looking to continue the upset run and maybe make it where a 15 seed is in the finale and possibly have a shot to win this whole thing, coming all the way from the play. And just kind of your thoughts here as we break this one down from your perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. There's some pretty interesting stakes here. I mean, this is really, in terms of the a playoff scale, this is really a fight the top against the bottom here. MarbleCyde really fighting to join that 10 win club and hopefully push on to win this whole tournament and secure that number one seed hopefully. Whereas Ryder is really trying to just up right now is trying to up the seating for LCQ, potentially chip on winning this match, but then really is looking, to push even further to get that tournament win to, guarantee that chip spot and just keep pushing up. So, definitely more stakes on the line for Ryder per se, but a higher ceiling for Marble for sure on where to go with this. So, a lot to see here, and it'll really be interesting how that impacts their games and what they bring to the table.
And I mean, again, you bring up a good point where both are kind of looking at different things coming into this match. And ironically, I think it's kind of a similar situation with the other Final Four matchup between Sky and Nightwalker. Nightwalker actually having even less wins than Ryder, only at 5 wins, Ryder at 6. And you see with the game record, their Ryder is 500 on the game record, 20 and 28. And then you see with Marble, I need to refresh the scoreboard because it didn't update for Marble's side, but 4-3-32, 9-3 with 2 additional DQ losses. So I mean, record wise, definitely a big difference here. But both here on the same playing field now, looking to get ready to go and try to get the win to claim the first spot in the final performance here. So let's go to the players here before we start. Going to start with MarbleCyde. Marble. I mean, you're one match away from making it back to the finale and getting a second crack at the tournament win. Going up against Ryder here, who definitely a different opponent than you've had to face so far in this bracket, but you had troubles with lower seeds in this tournament. Went the full distance with Daniel Voiles in a very close match to start things out. Ryder not too far off with being a 15 seed. Just kind of any pregame thoughts coming into this one. Second straight Final Four. You do have experience from the last one. Just kind of your thoughts going into this on what this will mean for you if you can get the win today. Marble will type, so we'll see what Marble says. Again, gonna be one of those matches where both fighting for both the same thing and different thing here. But in the end, most important thing for both is to keep on winning. So again, I'm gonna be interested to see what Marble has to say on this one, because at least on the predictions, I believe he is coming in as the favorite here, but we've seen multiple times anything can happen. It's rough because Ryder isn't necessarily a player I'm very familiar with, and yeah, as you said, close call versus Danny. I'm just gonna try and treat this match no different than any other. Still the same Uno as always, so trying to get in my not to get in my own head. All right, so Marble got the game plan set, not trying to overcomplicate things. We'll see how he does. Going over the Ryder, breakout tournament for you. You've been doing amazing so far in this run, and even with how many good players you've taken down this one, this is definitely going to be the biggest challenge as you go up against the one seed of the double base region. Any thoughts from this run overall? Kind of what you've taken from these matches as you build up closer and closer to this Final Four match, and what do you believe it's going to take to be able to get the win here? As you're potentially 2 matches away from not just winning this tournament, but going from barely in the playoff conversation to being in the D2 championship potentially. So, just kind of your thoughts here before we start. All right, Ryder will also type, so we got both players typing. So again, we'll see what Ryder says.
Yeah, I mean,
And then
another interesting thing too to mention with this also, Marble's in an interesting place of having that weird progressive scoreline situation that's been happening of that 4-3, 4-2, 4-1, 5-1, 5-0 sort of so
hopefully we do not see a 5-0 here. We only had one 5-0 in the final four of the season. So hopefully we don't get a second. But Ryder, don't even know how I got this far. It's gonna be the hardest game yet, and it's gonna take everything. But hopefully I can pull through another upset. Either way, I'm sure this will be fun because we're playing all nine. All right, so Ryder hoping to go the full distance here. We'll see if Marvel will like that because again he had a close call early in this tournament, and it's been a while since he had a full distance match. So we'll see where it comes down to. But we're ready to begin here. Syntax error gonna be the ref on this one here, and game one call goes to Marvel, who is the higher seed. We will see where we will kick this series off. Better win close and fun than sweep and boring. That is true.
you know, it's funny that we're talking about this. I don't know if I'm the commentator you wanted to have if you didn't want to sweep, given last round's streams with me.
Yeah, maybe a bit of a voodoo there. We start with 11. And we start with a wild. That is, I'm pretty sure that is the
Oh boy.
third wild today. We have had a lot of matches today, and I remember the first two games of the day both started with wild starts. So do get another one here, and it's got a little culture
We
drop.
do get
So
culture.
good way to start the series, but we'll be getting underway now. I'm going to be curious to see what color Marvel decides to go with to kick things off. Or, well, he's going to need to look at his hand first before he plays. So, all right, gonna roll with red here.
You know, it's always a little interesting seeing what someone starts with off of a wild because it's almost even more telling, but also yet more cryptic than say switching off of a first card. Just because it's really hard to know what their plan with it is going to be. But it seems like we're rolling with it for now with both players.
That does seem to be the case here, both with a lot of red on this start. So I think for Marble, he was looking to start off with the color he felt and was comfortable with, and that ends up working out so far here. Just gotta wonder when that first switch comes in, and just as I say it, there it is, yellow 7.
Yeah, being the one to call the color and then being the one to switch like later on, it could be strategy to just have backup cards on red later down the line if it comes back to that. Or you think that your opponent might be able to, outrun it with you there. But it is definitely something to think about when you're observing your opponent breaking off like that. And we get pretty big run there, 6 cards thrown back to Ryder and a switch to blue.
Yeah, Ryder gonna be up to 14 cards here, so really just back to the beginning and a little bit more. Marvel still keeping that plan A run going. We'll see what Ryder does, whether he goes for an immediate response, plays it cool, or maybe tries to go for an ice here. Don't worry, I'm sure it'll come right back. So, all right, well, no plus twos or anything like that. Yeah, gonna be a switch in the red though.
It is a 3 card run as well, so the Ryder coming out -6 on the interaction, but luckily not more at least. We are going to get another switch to our fourth and final color of green.
Yeah, not sure if that was what Ryder was hoping for there. I think he was looking to see if he could stall out Marvel there on the red. He was the one who initially swapped. And Marvel maybe looking to call game here.
Oh boy. Yeah, how many to play? Yeah, 4 cards to play. Uh, I would say your starting hand probably isn't very stupid without at least 5 ammo cards, and yeah, 2 draw 2s and another draw, or a draw 2 and another 2 draw 4s, and that's going to be a pretty decisive round 1 there.
Yeah, I mean, Ryder actually had the right call there, with going for the switch into red. Unfortunately, just not the number he needed on that one. Because if he had the number where Marble didn't have it, either the 8 or the 1, that would have likely forced Marble to draw unless he wanted. Actually, no. Actually, the double plus 4.
I
It would have
I'm
extended
just
the game a
tough
bit.
to say. Yeah, it would at the very least it would have bought some time if it wasn't a red 8 potentially because at worst you would have forced MarbleCyde to use that draw 4 to get to the green 8 or draw. And if they draw, well, that stalls the game out more and could potentially throw off the hand. Or the draw 4 gives you opportunities to potentially fire back. But yeah, just a bit unlucky there on Ryder. Totally the right idea, did read into that first switch of Marble being out on red and trying to ice out there, but when when the ammo goes with you, not much you can do.
Yeah, well, not the start Ryder wanted it, but for Marble, off on the right, starting on the right foot here. As we'll just head into game 2. Marble with the call again, just can't pick 11. All right, gonna go down to 8 here, so a little bit of a lower card start.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate this. I I'm sure as you know, I am definitely a person who is not afraid to dance around on their card starts no matter the circumstances. Um So, going a little lower here, especially, I mean, if you, it always is kind of just one of those things of you get some ammo early on and you're like, well, maybe the cards are in my favor. I might play a lower card set and see how that pays off for me. Uh, but so far, just number cards between the both of them and an early switch to red.
Early draw from Ryder as well.
Not what you want to have to give up for that information there if you're Ryder, especially being down a game there. But is going to find the switch back to green off that one.
Is this gonna help
And
him, or
Marble
is
did.
Marble gonna keep running it down? Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Well, there. That's what Ryder was
Okay.
looking to find. There was looking to find that opening, and oh, okay. So actually, he's gonna use the skip to switch into blue now.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame Marbleside there. Probably hoping to hold out for a force draw there, more likely than not, and get a skip otherwise, or at least another green to not leave it open. Um, but and Ryder's out again. So I'm very interested. I mean, yeah, with the blue 0, just blue was looking pretty isolated there for Ryder, but Marble's able to play on it. It's just not looking too great for Ryder here. 3 to 6. Does have a
Does
top deck though.
Marble draws? Does Ryder get a switch here, or are we entering draw city? Because
Is the question.
Unless Ryder did some kind of hold here, he's not gonna have any more blue.
Yeah, population uno. Do we have population dos? Given that type, yeah, that is draw
No.
4.
No draw city here. Ryder taking the lead with that one, and a big +4 here to throw Marble back and potentially get Ryder closer to the win here.
Going back to green 2, which is interesting. So yeah, most likely just wanted to take advantage of that skip, to be isolated on that blue. But that remains to be seen. Switches off to yellow, our last color here again.
Yeah, Marble gonna have the +2 there. That doesn't want Ryder to get to Uno and or worse.
Definitely, Ryder is gonna, of course, keep chugging down.
And Ryder's out.
They are dead even at 4 cards, but Marble does have a play,
Yeah,
so it's swing back.
Ryder's still with nothing, looking to try to find an answer here. Marble running this yellow down. He found his answer with the
It's a
wild
wild
green. And that's gonna force Marble to draw
thing.
here. Can Ryder get something going?
So they are now tied at 3. We are slowly counting our way down here.
Green 2. Can Ryder get the Uno on this? No. Out at 2.
Draw City.
Alright, this game gonna be looking to go a little bit longer than the first one here. Both trying to build up their hands, try to find something. Top deck green 0 from Ryder. Draw
Zero is
speed
kind of an
on.
unfortunate top deck to find because, I mean, having only one of each color in the deck and you already used the blue, uh, not many ways out of that. But Ryder does top deck another green card. So even if they're both getting pulled back, Ryder's actually staying down at 3 here.
Ooh, well, Marble with a 3-card run into red on the skips. Still behind, but has broken things open on the red. Ryder's still with nothing, so Marble, I think, was hoping that Ryder had no red, and we'll get that, so Marble may be able to get it going on red now.
Yeah, that worked out well for Marble. It made me a little nervous just because we have not seen red in a good while, but it definitely looks like if Marble keeps this up and doesn't hit the wrong numbers, we'll be able to run it down some more.
Marble taking a second here. We'll see what happens. Okay. May have been called for something, but yeah, there you go.
Was in fact called.
And Marble is going to call for a color switch here in the blue. Ryder will be able to play it
Yeah,
though.
I'm assuming that's probably just what Marble's hand called for, but I don't love this after all because once you eliminate red, blue is really the color that's looking like what Ryder needs. So, and just running it out on numbers is not going to be enough but Ryder does run out again.
Well, Ryder is kind of in agony here because he's been pretty close for a while and is not going to ultimately get it. Marble able to have that lineup there, and it's going to make it 2-0.
Yeah, just a whole lot of blue for Marble, and yeah, did have the cards, the ammo to make up for it. So, yep, that will be that, and that is not the start you want to see if you're Ryder here, but it is his card starts to come up next.
Yeah, I mean, for Ryder, I mean, he mentioned it didn't have anything at all there. I just don't think he was able to get much off those draw cities, and connections seemed a bit lackluster for him, unfortunately. So was just kind of stuck trying to hope and pray, and ultimately didn't pan out the way he was hoping. So yeah, I mean, Marvel just kind of able to get it lined up where you needed to be. 3-card run there to have it 2-0. So it's been a home side series so far. And Ryder's gonna go a little bit higher here for game 3. Gonna go with 13 and
We have a wild draw 4 now, which I mean, hey, if you're the player without the ammo, it's good to see one of those out of the table already or out of the deck already.
that
But we
is
are going to
true.
start with filter.
That is true also because when we do start on the +4, that automatically takes one out of the picture. So now we only have 3 +4s we're working with in terms of this deck. So that could be something to keep an eye out for depending on how this plays out. But Ryder gonna go with the blue here, and similar to game 1, the opposing player gonna roll with it. So we'll see if this is the color both like, and we may just run this down for a while.
Yep, so far.
Ooh, Ryder going for the switch here. That's interesting because Ryder decided to go blue and now he's going to go out. Marble wants
And
blue
Marble's going
though.
to say, no, it's blue. Too
All right.
bad, so sad.
Ryder will
We
keep
are
it going
playing the
for
blues
now.
today.
Tries to switch again. This time to yellow.
MarbleCyde is types fine again.
And this time Ryder will get what he wants. An eventual
Ryder will
switch in the
really get
green.
what he wants. All roads lead to green.
And all roads lead to Marble drawing and not having a single green off the start.
Uh-oh.
That is
And with
not
how with
not the way Marvel wanted
with
to
how
start it.
with how urgently Ryder seemed to be pushing for that switch to green, I have a feeling Ryder would have some cards to run out, but Marble does have to switch back to yellow at least.
Ryder still with some yellow here. I mean, this is the start that Ryder needed to try to get back into this because you run this at homestand series and you're starting to feel a little bit better about yourself. But we run yellow wild play into the red, so that's going to be a new color in the picture.
Yes, it is. And with Ryder starting to run lower on cards, this wild could speak a lot on the game plan here. Marble will block with a little bit with that draw too, though.
That's the tax there to get into the red, but gonna keep it going for now. Ooh, and a red
Players
plus
running
two
even Ryder.
of their own. I
Uh,
believe that is Ryder's first plus two of the series so far.
it is. Marble was 4-0 on draw twos after game two, so now 5-1.
And now
With that
drawing
one.
on red.
And again, on the 0, no less. But Marble does have a 5 to keep going. Ryder
Mm,
is back to green.
Marvel, not a big fan of it, and gonna switch into yellow now. And Ryder gonna have to draw again. And yeah. Alright. Marvel just kind of gonna settle for the draw city here.
Yeah, I do not hate the ice here at all. I mean, you made it pretty clear green is not going to be your strong colors, so at least you can confidently settle on a draw city here with that yellow 5. I think a lot of our 5s have already been played, so it's really, yeah, the reds are out. We have one of the greens gone, one of the yellows gone. And I assume both these players played most of their blues early on, so it's going to be mostly top deck yellows going here.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of blues in the equation here. There's still a lot of cards in general. We still have well, we did have about 60 cards left, but both are just kind of running it down on the deck with these draws. But I think there's still a lot of room for all the colors besides yellow. But
Yeah.
uh, yeah, switch the
Ryder gets
green.
another switch into green. But this time, Marble has had plenty of time to draw and definitely got a couple greens out of it, at least there.
All right,
Ryder a couple to play of his own.
and
Er,
Marvel is gonna say, all right, that's enough green for now. Little triple play there
It's
for Ryder.
funny enough that I was talking about those yellow 5s having fewer outs and just that switch happening there over the 5. So very isolated on that number now. We're gonna make our
Let's
way to red.
Red 7, red 4, red 2. Both running it down. Both are at 3
3.
cards.
MarbleCyde
Red,
can keep going.
Ryder is out.
Right.
It's not what he wanted.
Uh-oh. I've noticed a distinct lack of draw 4s.
And we're
Doesn't
not going
have
to
it,
see
but does have
one.
a red skip, blue skip. And that is 3-0 Marble.
Yeah,
Could this be that sweep we were fearing so much?
not what Ryder wanted to see on that one there. It was looking good at the start with the expose on green, but then suddenly just got stuck in a draw city and once again really could not find much on this and is not having a good time here. So yeah, I mean, yeah, no plus force in that game there, but I mean, again, it's kind of been how this has gone. Marble has been able to just kind of line up these connections right, and kind of, I feel like has gotten a better control of like what kind of colors we're running on. Ryder does have more switches, but feels like Marble's been more in control, has had more possession in terms of the colors for a longer period of time. So, um, yeah, for Marvel so far, this is going pretty well, even without a wild played. Just kind of doing what he needs to do to get it done. But yeah, Ryder, not really much he could have done in that case from what we're seeing. So Actually gonna go with the full send for game four. We'll see if that turns his luck around, but he's gonna really want to get this win here because if it's 4-0 and a best of nine, that is not an ideal situation to be in here. Blue +2 to start and Marble with an immediate reaction.
Yeah, this could definitely be comeback territory right off the bat if Ryder has the right cards. Given the history, it's not looking likely, but does have one draw too, and will fire back 4 cards. So MarbleCyde starting at 19.
I think it's kind of interesting how the meta behind a +2 start on the high tier has changed because it used to be a lot of people would just actively avoid it because then you're risking even more cards off the start and you're already throwing out ammo. But I've seen a lot more people try to jump at the opportunity if they can with the +2 as of late. So I think it's kind of been interesting how the mindset with that has changed a little bit because Marble up to 19 already here, and that kind of already creates a big gap between the two players. But we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, I mean, 4 cards is really not too many opportunities to draw like a ton of ammo off of. Obviously you can get horribly unlucky and give your opponent all 4 draw 4s for all you know. But MarbleCyde can actually fire off a 3 card run there. But really, I think it actually is interesting to play a little more aggressive with these higher card starts because odds are generally going to be more towards you having more ammo cards and therefore a better idea of what's left in the deck and the odds that your opponent will draw those cards. So it really can be beneficial to push them back because you can just say, well, I have a decent amount of ammo. You probably won't draw that much off of these 4 cards. You're just going to get a bunch of numbers and you're going to be stuck with them.
Well, I'm sorry to kind of cut you short there, but that's an early expose for Ryder. That is, oh man, that is not what he wanted on the full send. Had only a few yellows and was not able to get out of there before he was forced to draw. So, even after the start with the +2, not what he was wanting to do. So, um, not a great start, not the best start here for Ryder now after I'm trying to get things going early with a bit of a early lead jump to the lead, but uh yeah, Marble's gonna add more onto it here. Gonna make it a +6, and now Ryder's up to 20 cards, so if Ryder wins this, he'll have comeback.
Yes, he will, but I mean, it's a tough comeback when your opponent has half the cards you do. So
Yeah, Ryder
very precarious.
Ryder asking where the +2s are, but well, I could assure you that game 5 will be played, but um
Yeah.
yeah.
Game 5 will in fact be played. Otherwise, nobody wins. Now,
Which would be
yeah,
great
Ryder
news
is
for
definitely
the
on a
which would be great news for the players in the other bracket because that means whoever wins that wins the tournament.
huge. Now, Ryder, yeah, on a bit of a tightrope right now, but definitely not impossible. I mean, if you want to see 20 card comebacks be exemplified, go see me suffer against Knight in last round. We don't need to talk about that, but
Yeah.
it's definitely possible to come back here.
Ryder asking kindly for Marvel to please stop with the ammo. So yeah, we'll see where this goes, but yeah, Ryder's still with a lot of work to do here.
Oh, also, I don't know if we've been paying attention, but that red 4 earlier, was that the first Ditto of the set?
It might have been actually, yeah.
I really kind of I was just thinking, I was like, I really don't feel like we've had many Dittos, and then I scrolled up and saw that, and I was like, oh, we have had at least one.
Yeah, we kind of glossed over that one. Apologies, but um Marvel says no ammo, but Marvel is still running it down, which Ryder does not want.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say you don't need to worry about ammo when you're 8 cards down. So I wouldn't exactly say Ryder's probably thrilled at running it down regularly instead of with ammo, but it's probably a little bit better to not be speeding towards the end.
Still running it down here, and there's the run from Ryder, gonna switch in the blue, still trying to find that draw out of Marble. Still a bit
Yeah, and I
behind
mean,
though.
it's It's probably only an inevitability if we keep switching with Marble at so low on cards. But anything's
Uh,
possible.
tries to
Plays a
play
red
a
6 on a blue 3.
yep,
Very
yeah,
illegal, but blue 6 will work fine.
yeah. Tries to play a red six that he doesn't even have, but I'm gonna go with the blue six instead.
Oh, does in fact not have the red 6. I see now.
That's gonna
Happens to the
be
best of us.
that's gonna be a massive expose later down the line, but. Blue seven. This is not really going the way Ryder was wanting. I was hoping to find Marble drawing, but has not had it yet. Marble down to three, and there it is. So Ryder able to
Yeah.
get what he was hoping for.
Yeah, and I mean, if Ryder can keep going, that gap's only going to close. I mean, Ryder plays one card, it's 7. Marble draws, it's 5. Play one more, draw one more, and suddenly they're even at 6.
And this is interesting because Ryder, well, okay, I was gonna say like Ryder may have actually swapped the color there as soon as Marble was drawing, but has instead decided to draw Marble with the top deck blue four.
Yep. Ryder typing a little bit, so probably more than just a draw here. Yeah, has some skips and is gonna make a 3-card run into green, to
I
which
don't
Marble said yesn't to, so does have a card for it though.
I don't know. That might come back to bite him not going for the green one early because we saw that the top deck was a blue there, so Marvel would have been left with a stray. We'll have to see how this goes, but oh well, Ryder going back into blue with the
Well,
wild.
I I don't hate this. It made me a little nervous on the possibility that Marble was just holding on to a draw 4 to run out with, but luckily is just going to play for Draw City to try and recoup and get a better chance
All
at
right.
running down
Well,
here.
Marvel has top decked a blue four again. Uh, so
Well,
yeah, but
can only
Ryder with
do
the blue
that
four.
so much.
Well, can't top deck a third one, otherwise we have to investigate Marvel. But
This is true.
anyways, Draw City keeps on going here. Ryder had a top deck as well, but can't do anything off it.
I think Ryder calling for an Uno police investigation on Marble regardless.
Oh, that
Marble
is
does find that draw for. Uh-oh.
that is not the four that
Oh,
Marble wanted to see that Ryder wanted to see top decked.
especially when Marble only has 2 cards left, you really don't want to see them playing it early on that because it only
That's
makes you fear
gonna
what could happen, but
well the
does
plus
have a
twos
3-card run to fire back.
the plus twos did come for Ryder here. Um but yeah, I mean again, that was not really what he was hoping to see and this green keeps on going. But we'll see if that plus two throws things out of order for Marvel here. And it may have actually not done enough, and it's gonna be a power play. So
Yeah, I don't hate that. I mean, goes down on the power play, but if this is to go out, Marble's going to be up 4-0 and is going to be playing with 5 games, only 1 to win without a power play.
oh man,
Ryder
another
obviously
plus
has to win
four.
4 without. And that is brutal.
Yeah, that one probably came for the plus two there, so that is quite unfortunate there for Ryder. The power play ultimately does go away at least for Ryder, but I mean this is gonna be a tough one to come back from. Marble has just kind of been rolling rolling through here. Again, still hasn't even played a wild, but it's had enough plus twos and plus fours to keep things going. But yeah, again, Marble looking to make it back to this finale here, and is one game away from doing so now. Especially right after in the last series where he got to 100 starts, now looking to make it double finales. But um, yeah, Marble. I mean, you went for the power play. I mean, that game went the longest of all the games so far here. I mean, that was a bit of a back and forth at points, but then you kind of held on to the lead. It's kind of lurking lower on the lower cards there, and then ultimately did find that top deck plus four, and then just kind of ran with it, and then went for the power play. It's just any comments from the series so far, and just kind of thought process to go for the power play there, secure that win instead of maybe trying to hold on to it and for in hopes of maybe getting a game 5 win with the power play. We'll see what Marvel says, but yeah, Ryder is not really been too pleased with what's been going on. But I mean, Ryder, any takeaways from this so far? It is still best of 9, so still in the series, but gonna need a reverse sweep here, which is definitely gonna be a long road.
Yeah, I mean, this is just kind of been brutal for Ryder. I mean, game one was kind of just an absolute runaway for MarbleCyde, but Ryder really has been putting up a fantastic fight in all of these games. And to just kind of come away with it, just losing out on the ammo and just not quite getting the lineup you need on the numbers is a little heartbreaking for sure.
Yeah, Ryder feeling a little defeated here. What I've lost this, knew that it was coming into it, just haven't exactly had any ammo here, so definitely mentally feels a little bit out of it here. So we'll see where this goes. But for Marvel, I think the ammo's fairly one-sided. Honestly, I like game one having even been dominant from the start. Just been good card control combined with immediately lucky draws. Usually like a power play, get match points, especially in a dominant match like this, because it puts more pressure, not worth holding on to in their opinion. So, all right, well, game 5 here, Marvel's call. Looking to win the series and move on to the final performance here. Ryder looking to make the comeback and keep this run going. So we'll see where we start. And yes, cannot full send.
Not indeed.
All right, gonna go with the OG7.
20% send.
All right, and green 4 here. Syntax saying
Feels
specifically good luck to Ryder.
unbiased referee, by the way.
This is what people were
uh,
accusing Argentina of in the World Cup. But yeah, well, green 6. So starts with the green. Ryder immediately gonna get out of there, switches into red.
yeah.
The one slight thing that works with Ryder working for Ryder right now is that he can't lose this on a power play because Marvel already used it. So actually
That is
draws on the
true.
0, and Marvel gonna get that 0
As
switch on the blue.
0 to transfer. Oh no.
Right.
That's already just some kind of scary number efficiency when on 8 cards your opponent plan A's a 0 switch. Eesh.
I mean, Marvel's kind of been able to have these connections, whether it's through the draws or at the start. Ryder thinks it's over. Not quite over yet, but a +4 is definitely not going to help things.
2 cards left. Uh-oh. This is eerily similar to how game 4 ended.
Green 9, ditto play.
Kiddos.
Not over till it's over, and Marvel calls game. Unless.
Unless. Yeah.
Nope.
Another draw 4. Oh my god. Just a
Yeah.
slaughter. I mean,
Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. It's a very sad way for Ryder to go out because he had such a great tournament here, but just tonight was not his night here, and yeah, Marble is in the finale for the second straight tournament here, and he will get his second chance. Also, that is true. Marble becomes the 5th person to be at the 10-win mark, so that's gonna be fun.
that's going to be very it's going to be even more interesting if Sky wins and the finale will just be the fight for the regular season champion.
I mean, straight up probably would be because then Sky would be at 11 wins, and then Marble, if they beat Sky, would get the
Would
head-to-head
get
anyway.
11 wins
So
and win head head. Right,
yeah,
exactly. Same
so
thing would have happened if Cage had been the same situation and Sky had beaten Cage in the finale, except it would have been 12 wins, of course.
yep. Well, we'll go to Marble here. Yeah, I mean, we kind of talked about this at the start, where rather win in a close but fun series than a boring sweep. And fortunately, we got the latter half of that, but still moving on to the finale nonetheless. I mean, just kind of any thoughts here from the match, and just kind of how are you feeling being able to make it back to the finale here. This is the second season in a row we had someone make back and back finales, so kind of joining a little trend here on this one, but just kind of any thoughts here on the match and just kind of making it back to the final performance. Yeah, and yeah, while Marvel's typing, Aiko, I'll go to you here. Just kind of any thoughts on this matchup here. Unfortunately, not the way we wanted to see it go, but sometimes that does happen. Going to be the second sweep of the final four in the final four this season, but just kind of any takeaways from this one, if you have any.
I think you need to stop having on commentary. I just this is third time in a row, since coming back to commentating for T4 here. Just all sweeps, and there's very little that you can really say on it. It's just the cards absolutely went there for Marble and not for Ryder at all, and that CSM there will speak volumes on that as well. Absolutely congratulations to Marble, and despite it being better for my chip odds, I am not happy to see Ryder go out this way. Put up a tremendous fight, but did not pan out, and we'll hopefully be looking at playoffs to potentially have a path back in on that.
Yeah, we'll see, but yeah, for Marvel, uh, getting some of their thoughts here. Yeah, I can't really feel too good about this. Great to be in the finals again and throw my hat into the ring for the overall season win, but I don't know how hard to feel great about win. We're basically just bullying my opponent. Somehow far least bad set in my past three matches. Yeah, so I mean, Marvel again, kind of in the finale again, not really the way you wanted to see it happen, but again, was able to get it done and made sure to leave no room for error there. But Ryder, to you, obviously the match here today was not what you were hoping for, but just kind of, usually this is more what I say when these kind of things happen. Just kind of your thoughts on your run overall here, because I mean, even though it ends here, I mean, this was still an incredible run for you, all the way from the play-in going into the final four. Very much launch yourself into the playoff conversation. Probably LCQ, D2 chip, maybe a little bit out of reach, but LCQ definitely in the mix there. Just kind of any thoughts here after this run, and kind of any takeaways you look to bring with you moving forward, either if you make the playoffs or just going into the next season. Yeah, we'll see what Ryder has to say here, and then kind of get this one packed up and rolling. Actually, gotta go now. Okay. All right. So Marvel gonna head out, but Marvel confirmed in final performance. Yeah, Marvel, you're good to go. Uh, don't really know what to say for this game. Feel like it did everything possible I could, but the deck didn't like me. But I suppose the run showed I can do it, and hopefully that helps me next time around. Just have to see how I do. Cause make it back here next time, because I'll be fighting to get here again. And leave post game comments after the stream. Yep. Can just reuse your comments from the post game questions if you'd like, or you can come up with something different. Up to you. But yeah, that is going to do it here. Uh, and once again, MarbleCyde is going to the finale here. We'll have the final match of the regular season here, going up against the winner of Sky and Nightwalker. Again, we will let you know when that matchup happens when it does. But congratulations to MarbleCyde on the win. I should probably do the manual update. So give me 1 second. Uh, yeah, let's try that again. Because I usually like doing this for the later portion of the bracket. This is gonna look a little awkward, but It should be fine. But yeah, again, Marble with the victory. Moving on to the final performance. Down to 3 here. Marble, Sky, Nightwalker. One of those 3 will win the tournament. We'll see who it'll be. Sky Nightwalker will be happening at some point. We're still trying to figure that out. Hopefully soon. But again, we'll let you know when that occurs. But until then, that's gonna do it for this stream. On behalf of the Emery team, including myself, co-commentator Aco VT, both referee syntax error, both our players never came out to watch the stream. Thank you so much for watching. 2 matches left in Jazz July here. Congratulations to the MarbleCyde on securing a spot in the final performance here. We will have our second Final Four match coming up at some point in the next few days. But until then, I'm G-Man. Regular season is coming to a close here, and playoffs will soon begin for D2. Make sure you check that out. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and we will be back soon with more Jazz July in the near future. But until then, have a good one, and we will see you all then for Nightwalker versus Sky.